Thank you, Felicia. Hi, everybody. Happy holidays. I'm Dennis.
I'm Andrew.
We're known as the Crafty Lumberjacks.
We should have practiced that.
I know. Next time. We are coming to you live from Astoria, Queens, New York, Christmas headquarters. We're so excited to be here. Today, we're going to be talking all about the MakerX system of tools and why they make a great gift for the holiday season. And also we're going to be crafting our little woodland wood slice snowman.
Yeah, it's going to be a variation of this. The great thing about this project is that once you kind of understand the fundamentals, you really can create how it looks to like your liking. It's very customizable, which I think is such a great and important thing about when you're crafting for the holidays, because we all want the holidays to be catered to ourselves, right?
Yes,
so I think
and
it's
your
like
loved ones,
yeah,
of course.
Like,
he's so greedy. Just kidding.
No, but and I also think if you're going to make something as a gift, it's like, oh, what does, what colors do Meg like? What colors are her favorites? Oh,
yes, you want to personalize it, you want to customize it, you want to add like something that the gift getter will love.
Yes, that's the great thing about doing something that's handmade.
Yes, we have some people in from Texas, from Maryland, from Florida. Also on the call today is Meg from Works Tools, who will answer any of your questions if you have questions about the MakerX or any Works Tools in general. And we have Felicia, who gave the greeting here from Michaels, if you have any questions about Michaels. If you are new to the MakerX, it is a system of tools. They all work with this one main hub here. This is the MakerX hub. It has an on and off button. It has a dial switch for different force. They have a belt clip, so now it's more accessible and more portable than ever. They also have a USB port, and every tool with the MakerX system plugs into this, and you can work it right from this little thing. There's no outlet needed. You can take this on the go. We live in a one-bedroom apartment in Astoria, Queens, like I said, so we're crafting anywhere we can, because we don't have an outside space, we don't have a craft room.
Yeah, so we will often, we live in an apartment building, and we'll often go to the back in like, it looks like an alley basically, and we can't do a lot of crafts out there where we need a plug. So this has just changed so many things for us. We love to work in natural lighting, especially when we're taking pictures or just to get some fresh air. So having it not like needing a plug itself is a true game changer. If you like to be on your feet while you craft like we do, it's really great.
Yes. So the MakerX hub, it plugs into the 20-volt power share battery. This battery not only works with the MakerX tools, but it works with almost any tool that carries that works with the 20-volt power share battery. So this is the same battery that we use for our leaf blower, our drill,
our vacuum, our
hedge trimmers.
There it is. Yeah.
What is that one? Yes, the hedge trimmers.
Oh, I was good. Okay, yeah, you said it.
Yeah, so you plug it in, it slides right in there, and then the main hub, you turn it on here, it lights up, and then whatever tool you have plugged in will work. And easy breezy.
You are seeing the airbrush, which when Works came to us, let me give a little background real quick. We've been working with Works tools for about over a year now, which is really great because we were one of the first crafters to get our hands on the MakerX system. And when we heard there was an airbrush, it sold us right away. It's really hard to find an airbrush that's inexpensive, that works well, that is really easy to use, and it really just takes your stuff to the next level. So we've been working with all these tools for a long time. So if you have any questions about them, please ask us. And Meg is here, like Dennis said, to ask, like she'll answer all of like the nitty-gritty details that we might not 100%
yes, and
know.
Nina is in the chat. She just got her MakerX kit delivered today. Welcome, welcome.
Oh, that's great.
And we also have someone in from El Paso. We were in El Paso.
Yes, actually around the holidays.
Yes, and it was awesome.
Oh my gosh, I think 10 years ago.
All right, so we're going to be starting soon. This is the airbrush here. We're also going to be using the wood burning tool, which is also a metal crafter. You can do soldering with this tool here. We're also going to be using the rotary tool, which is very similar to a Dremel. You can sand, buff, shine. We're going to use it as a drill.
Something I love about the rotary tool is it's just so versatile. We have our little, it comes with, I can't remember, I think like 40 different attachments or something like that. You can sand with it, you can buff with it, you can cut. It's one of those tools that is just like 19 tools in one.
Yes. They also now have just come out with a series. That's what's so great about the MakerX too, is that they continue to grow. So they're adding more and more tools to this main hub here. you know, it's already doubled since we first started, and they even have more tools coming out in 2022,
which we don't even know about.
Yes.
Like, come on.
Can we get those? But they are now all available on Michaels.com, and actually they're having a sale, and also Black Friday is coming up. I heard a little rumor that they might have Black Friday sales, but you can check out Michaels.com to get all these tools. They also now have the glue gun, which we'll be using today.
I love this glue gun. It's really great.
And one of our favorites, the Zip Snips.
Yes.
The
and
Zip
this is
Snips
called
rotary cutter.
Yeah, the rotary cutter. And I will say, out of all the tools, other than the airbrush, we always get them, like, people are always interested in the rotary cutter. And when you see how it works, you'll totally understand. But it's one of those tools that is just like, oh, I love that tool. It's really fun.
All right, so we're gonna get started here. We're using wood slices that we got at Michael's. You want 3 different sizes because essentially we're creating a snowman.
Yes.
So we want a large for the base, middle belly for his belly, and then a smaller wood slice for the head. And then we are going to attach it to a base here.
Yes. And I think everybody knows how to make a snowman, right? Do you want to build a snowman? You knew that was coming, right?
No, bro.
But something I love about Michaels is their wood section. I think it's actually grown in the past couple of years. There's such an interest with wood, but these are just so beautiful on their own. But what we're going to do is we're going to add a coat with the airbrush. Now, if you don't know what an airbrush is, it's almost like using spray paint, but it's a little finer. So you really get this like beautiful detail. It's gonna add this really lovely coating. You could do this with acrylic paint, but you're not gonna see the wood grain, which really, doing this really takes us to the next level.
Yes, and that's what I like about the airbrush too, is you have total precision and total control,
yes.
And you can decide how much saturation you want. You know, with paint, it just kind of glops on. This, you can really control the amount that you put on. Yeah. So with the airbrush, of course, you need airbrush paint, which you can buy at Michaels.com as well. Give it a shake. You fill up the paint reservoir.
Here, do you want me to do it over?
No, I think we start here and then we'll go.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
Just about 3/4 of the way, depending on how much you depend on using. Oops, I didn't open the paint. I'm not prepared. But I wanted to say too, this airbrush is also great for makeup. If you have any kids or family members who like to do makeup, Works has a great Instagram page where they feature a lot of their artists and creators. And we've seen some people do some crazy makeup with their airbrush. It's incredible.
I mean, if you're into cosplay, or if you know someone who's into cosplay, because you can, I mean, there's so much you can do, but you add that shading and it's insane. They also now have a food safe airbrush, which is really great. If you love to bake during the holidays or all year round, you will create masterpieces adding like this detail with it. We don't personally like to bake. However, we did buy pre-made baked goods and like took them over the top, and it was like, so I would totally do that and bring it to someone's house and be like, yeah, I slaved over it all day, you know.
Yes. All right, so I have my airbrush paint in there. Really simple to control it. You just hit the button here, and then there's a control button on the airbrush. So you pull back. And the best thing about this is you can decide on how much pressure and how much force you want. So you can either have a really fine detailed line, or you could open it up to have a wider spray. So what we like to do is just test it on a piece of paper before we get started. Here, I can show you. So there you go. Would you hold the...
I will hold it.
Yeah. So, and then if you open the back here, it will make it a little more.
And this is something you just have to kind of get the feel of, you know? But this is a really great first project to do with all of the tools, but also with the airbrush. I would make it a little bigger.
Yes, I was just kind of demonstrating for everybody.
Look at that. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Modern art.
And actually, we've actually used our airbrush here to add like snowy details on a lot of our crafts. Oh yes, he has a wreath here. So we gave like a frosted look on our wreath. Oops, falling apart.
That's all right.
Yeah, so it just kind of made it look a little frosted.
Was the before.
Yes.
And look how beautiful that is.
And it looks chilled, you know?
Ooh, it's falling apart. We didn't zhuzh it since we pulled it out of the box.
I know, he surprised us with that one. All right, so I'm gonna start by airbrushing my wood slices here. I don't know, Felicia, you wanna switch to the other camera? All right, thank you.
And we like to just put a little, piece of paper. Sometimes we'll cut open a bag, and we'll have the bag open just to cover our
Yeah.
surfaces.
Although it doesn't really get that out of control. It's
Not at
kind
all.
of very easy to control and
yeah, it's actually really nice.
guide. Yep. And I'm just gonna start by airbrushing my little wood slices here.
And do you see it's really just giving a nice fine coat to it. We're not looking for this gloopy coat to really mask the wood.
Wait. Oh, no. I'm here. Can you take that?
Yeah.
Wait, I just want to get the stream a little bigger.
Oh, okay.
And again, if you have any questions while we go through this, feel free to put it in the chat. Is anyone crafting along with us today?
And you can hear you can hear the compression working, so you know it's on. It's putting out the teeniest amount of paint. I actually think you might need a little more paint in your reservoir.
Yes, I was gonna say, do I need more paint? Girl.
Just a little.
It's actually so quiet that we can't hear it.
Oh my
Really?
gosh.
It has a nice little buzz. And again, we still want the naturalness of the wood to come out, but we want it to look a little snowy.
Yeah.
I should try to hold it to the camera there. It's always a little difficult to craft and present on camera.
Crafting and talking is very hard.
And actually, we're so glad all of you are here today because this is our last class with Michaels of 2021. So we're happy you're here to go out with us with a bang.
Yes. And I don't know if the camera is picking up on it, how beautiful this really is. It really just adds this really nice frosted look. It's really, really nice. I love it.
Okay, let me see.
All right, and as you can see it here, you can see it right over here. And now while Dennis is kind of finishing this up, yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna start working on the face. So actually, Felicia, if you want to turn the camera around, we're running around today a little bit. But so now I'm going to work on the face. Now, as you can see, the airbrush, it dries very, very quickly, which is another great thing when you're working on something and you don't want to wait. It really is great that you don't have that long wait time. And that's just because the amount of paint that comes out is so thin. It really just gives a light amount. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start drawing my face. Now, you know, I'm going to be wood burning the face. So I am just going to draw it very, very lightly. And this is a great thing. If you have kids and maybe they're too young to actually use the wood burner, have them draw it on and then you can wood burn for them and it could still be their artwork, which is really great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my eyes and I'm just going to keep it really, really minimal. And Felicia, we can go over to the other camera. And let's see, so I'm just going to start with the eyes and I'm just going to draw just like a little kohl. I'm going to do two little ones and then I'm going to do a little carrot nose. Let's see. And then I'm going to just start with my little mouth. Now, what do you guys think of that? I think it looks pretty good. So when I'm drawing these initially, I'm just trying to think of ease of the whole thing. If I'm going to be able to complete it, I don't really want to do too much detail. And that's really a great thing about working with the snowman. Snowmen are so simple. That's kind of a part of their nature. That Dennis just said, why does it have to be a snowman? That's right, Dennis. It could be a snow person. You're absolutely right. But I'm going to just do it like that. And then here we have our face. Now you're going to really see how great the wood burning tool is once it is, because I don't want to draw too dark. I just wanted to keep it really light. Felicia, I guess you can come back on me.
All right, well, we can switch to
Yeah, so okay, I'm gonna start working on the wood burning aspect of this. And Dennis was saying it's not just a wood burning tool, it's actually a wood burner and
A soldering.
a metal crafter, which is really cool. We actually didn't start soldering till this summer, and we made this really beautiful star garland for the 4th of July. It was really great and super easy. It's on Works' page, but also you can find it on our TikTok and our Instagram. Just a shameless plug, you know. Speaking of plug, look at me, I'm segueing over here.
Yes.
This is how you plug in the tool. So as you can see, it's just a prong. You can see there's 3 little dots. You want to line it up with the 3 holes right over here. And then just plug it in like that. It's really so easy, and you know it's on just because it feels nice and secure. The one thing I love about this wood burning tool, which is very rare, is that it's extremely precise. It has a digital, I almost said thermometer. It's not a digital thermometer, but it has the degrees on the wood burning tool, and you can pick it manually. So all you have to do is you take the hub, turn it on, and you can see the light is on, and then you turn it on manually through here. There's another button, which is really great because you don't have to worry about, oh, I turned on the hub and I forgot to turn on the wood burning tool. Now the wood burning tool is on and it's on the table. Not to worry, it's super safe. So you have to manually turn it on. You just press that button. Let's see, and then as you can see, it's a little hard to see in the video, but it has a LED light in here, so it's really easy to see. And then it has a plus and a minus sign. And I'm going to go to the highest, or I'm going to go pretty high. Let's see. So right now it's at 300 degrees. It started at 250, and I'm going to keep on going. I'm going to go to 450 for this. And I think what's really important to know is when you're working with wood burning, it is an art form, it is a skill, it takes time to learn, and it's really relaxing. So if you feel intimidated by it, don't. You just need to sit down, grab a scrap piece of wood, and get to it. Actually, I just turned it off because I forgot. I wanted to show you. I'm going to switch the tools. So I'm going to check it. Has not heated up too much, but it is a little hot, so I'm just going to wait a second. But it really is super easy to switch the tools. Works comes with, let's see, a handful of tools. Sorry, our cat decided to sit right on the tools, but it comes with a handful of different tools that you can plug in. I can actually, Felicia, can you switch the thing over? I just need to show you our cat, because if anyone has pets at home and likes to craft at home, you probably know how difficult it is to craft with your pets. He just knocked over the camera completely. This is our cat, Teddy Kruger. He is an avid craft assistant. He loves to help. However, you know, he's not that helpful. He's missing some fingers. He just has paws, and it's, you know, it's a little difficult sometimes. However, okay, back to what Works comes with. They come with a handful of different attachments. So right here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They have stamps, where this is so great if you have, we have a nephew who's about 12 years old, and he's really into crafting, and he doesn't want to do crafts that feel young. He really wants to do these like involved crafts. This is great because they're just stamps, and every time you stamp it onto the wood, it creates a stamped image. We did Easter eggs this year earlier on these wooden eggs that we actually found at Michael's, and they came out stunning just using the stamps. So I'm going to show you how you switch it. Dennis spilled the paint. He's trying to pretend like he's not doing anything, but when he was working, he spilled the paint everywhere. So actually, that's great. Thank you, Felicia. It's like you knew before I knew. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch the tool out. So it's really easy. And just because it's hot, I'm going to use a little bit of fabric just to do it, just like a oven mitt, but it's not too bad. And the great thing about it is it just unscrews. I'm telling you, what I love about these tools is the versatility. It's really great that you have a tool where you can then use it in 15 different ways. I mean, that's a rarity, especially if you live in a small space like we do. we live in a very small apartment. It can be very annoying to buy tool after tool after tool just to get one thing done. But what Works has done is really made it super versatile. Let's see. It's still a little hot, which is just a testament on how quickly it all comes together. So I'm just unscrewing it. Now, if anyone has any questions, Meg, I will ask you just to chime in and read them out loud, just because Dennis is cleaning up the spillage.
Move on. Are you waiting for me?
No, I'm just trying to change out this tool.
Having the versatility of the different bits and the different options when you're doing some wood crafting, wood and metal crafting is a lot of fun. Nina, you did say that, if you had to do a lot of swap outs, it could be challenging. Not so much. I mean, what I would recommend that you do is you use the bit that you want for it. Just set it down, let it cool, swap it out. It doesn't take long to cool off. And then as you could see, it really doesn't take a long time at all to heat back up to when you're ready to swap and start to use it again.
That's exactly right. I just, I wasn't thinking and I just heated it up to completion. And, it does take a little bit of time to cool, but not compared to other tools. Actually, it's really easy to swap them out. Some you have to pull and it can be actually a little jarring. As you can see here, it's just a little screw, and I'm just going to screw it right into the top, just like this. And there we go. That's what I love about the tool. Speaking of versatility, when we're doing projects, we're often using more than 3 tools, and it's just so easy to pull them off and let it set. If I was doing this, I would probably actually pull it off and then work on the rotary tool. And if I wanted to come back, I would let it cool, add on the other bit, and then plug it right back in, which is just so great. So just as I did before, I'm going to turn on the hub and then turn on the wood crafter, and then bring it right back up again using the dial. So I'm going to bring it up to 450, and then I'm just going to start adding my detail. Here we go. So a couple of tips for wood crafting, and this is not specifically for the snowman, but for everything that we end up crafting. I think a really good tip is when you're working, turn the item you're working instead of turning your tool. You're going to have a lot of an easier time. That's very proper English. A lot of an easier time. It's just going to be easier to turn the base instead of turning your hand. That's not specific to this wood burning tool. That's specific to wood burning in general. It's just a lot easier to do that. Also, another tip is hold it like a pencil. It's going to feel different because it's not a pencil, but holding it like a pencil will make it easier to use, and it will help you achieve the look you're looking for. Another tip is to really practice, like I said before, and take your time. Really don't rush into it. Also, this has 2 sides, so why not start on one side? It's always a good thing to check the wood and see if your wood burning tool is hot enough for it. The wood really will determine the heat you need for it, because some woods are denser, some are harder, some are softer, some will show the burning differently. So as you can see, I just put this little hole in and it looks beautiful. Can you see that right there? And again, this is such, yes.
Lana was asking, which tip are you using?
So Meg, I don't know the name of this tip, but it's I'm going to call it the pointy tip.
That's the pointy tip.
The pointy tip, that's perfect.
Yeah, and I really have so many favorites. It's really the pointy tip and this one that has a straight edge. Those are my 2 favorite. They're my go-tos. They are really great. So I'm going to start adding the wood burning detail. And what I like to do again is just, you're not going to achieve, you don't want to press down on it to get your to get the results you want. You want to slowly just kind of draw over it in a circle. So I'm trying to get the eye, and I'm just going to draw over like a circle.
Now, I don't want everybody to like you better than me, so I'm back. Ladies and gentlemen, here I am. Back
Can
in
you
the house.
explain what you did?
Yes, I just cleaned up. I spilled.
He spilled. Wait, Felicia, can we come on to the?
It's, well, poor Felicia has to go back and forth.
I know.
But I'm back. I'm so sorry.
Dennis was trying really hard to cover it up. I think you did a pretty good job, but
Thank
he
you.
spilled the
But
paint.
thank you. What a champ he is, right?
Thank you, everyone.
But I'm going to continue. He can continue wood burning, and I'm going to continue to airbrush our wood slices here until we get a better coating.
So, I mean, well, let me show a little bit of that. Oh, it looks really great. Let me see.
Dennis, Andrew covered for you very, very well, by the way. I mean, he could take the show on the road if he needed to.
Right? I know.
Here we go. Oh my gosh, thank you, Felicia. You know exactly what to do.
And now I'm working with a really delicate screen here. So I could make it a little wider, but I kind of like that it's getting a little, can you see it?
Yeah, it looks really nice.
Oh, great. I'm just glad we didn't get any paint on the cat.
Well, you got it all over everything else, so.
Yes, that's true.
And as you can see, we're working with 2 different MakerX systems just because it's what we have. So I'm working with the
newer make.
Yes, and you're working with the older one.
Yeah, one of our first ones that we had.
The great thing about it, it's not necessary at all, which is like what I love so much about this.
What do you mean isn't necessary?
It's not necessary to have 2 hubs at all.
Oh, yes, of course. But it's good for us.
It's, you know, I'll just say it, Meg spoils us.
Yes, that's true.
That was really great.
Careful, my bosses might be listening.
Uh-oh.
Well, you know, we started with the older generation and then we're testing the newer generation. And do you want to do this base?
Sure.
Or do you want to do the face a little more?
Yeah. Well, I missed you all. I missed all the questions. I missed all the action.
Well, you got all the paint off your hands, which is really nice.
I know.
That's another great thing about this paint. It is permanent. You can use it on glass. You can use it, as we showed you, on faux sprigs. You can use it on real sprigs.
We've used it on felt, on fabric,
on plastic. So it's really just so versatile, but you do want to clean it up when it spills. That's just a paint. You know, when working with pretty much any paint, you really do want to clean it up pretty much right away.
We did. I wanted to give Marilyn a shout out because actually Andrew just got back.
I just
He
got
was
back
in
from
DC seeing his family.
I got back about 45 minutes ago. If anyone knows East Coast traffic, woo, it's a fun
I
one.
think I'm running out of paint here.
All right. I think that looks like nice. So as you can see, this is like clearly one of our favorite tools.
Yes,
It
we love
really
the
is
airbrush.
Just so great.
Teddy's coming.
Yes, everyone saw Teddy. I love it. I just think it gives such a snowy look. It's really beautiful.
I'm gonna try to do some like on
the edge. That's also a great thing when you craft a craft again and then you find a little moment that you hadn't done before. I love that.
Okay, that's good. That's good because we got other things we got to do here.
Hello, the people want me.
I know, they don't want me anymore.
Okay, back to
no food grade paint on the cat. That's true, Nina.
So back to our snowman face. So let's see. So I started with one of the eyes and I was kind of saying, you don't need to just push right down. You can kind of slowly let the burning do its thing. That's going to help you, especially if you're shadowing. That's really going to allow that detail to come in. But again, that just takes a little practice. Let us know in a comment if you have wood burn before. I'm just curious. It's one of those things that have been around forever, and there's so many different wood burning tools out there, but this one really is so wonderful. It really, it just is so versatile, and it really can, I just feel like it handles differently than others I've used. So here we go. Frosty's little eyes.
Andrew covered you well. Yes. Use food grade paint. Yes. Never have done it. Turning your work and it's getting tired as well. Use it for all works. Yes.
All right, now I'm going for the nose. So I'm just gonna draw it and you can, oh my gosh, you can see it already.
So cute. We've also been adding like a wood burn detail to a lot of our crafts now, especially when we're working with actual wood. We made this gnome that I'm gonna bring in with our works tools. And we started to get to the habit of dating everything on the back, just like so that we know, we remember what year and stuff. But this is a little gnome that we made with our works tools.
Yes,
so cute.
I love that little gnome. I do think dating everything is so important because you think you're going to remember, and then all of a sudden it's like 10 years later, and all the years
And you're like,
run into each
why
other.
would I do this?
Yeah. But as you can see, you know, with other wood burning tools, you can decide if you want it hot or less hot. Usually there's one or the other. And with this, you really can be so specific, which is very, very cool. So here I am, I'm just shading a little bit with the nose. We're gonna add a little bit of color with the nose in a little bit, but just adding that detail.
So cute.
Oh my gosh, thank you, Dennis.
Frosty the Snow Person.
Okay, yes, thank you.
Hey, you guys, can you maybe talk to everyone a little bit about how these can be used for family projects too, for projects with the kids and stuff as well?
Yes, definitely. I mean, as I was saying before, we have a nephew and a niece now. I mean, they both want to do these crafts that to them feel, you know, adult-like. And I mean, these tools are so wonderful for so many age groups. We have our nephew and niece coming in a couple weeks, and I know we're gonna pull these out. I know they're gonna be so excited.
Yeah, so what's so great is that they're so easy to handle that even little hands can handle the tools.
Yes.
Of course, working with any tools, you want to make sure there's adult supervision. But really, they've built in some nice safety features that either the tools will turn off on their own if they're untouched or get kind of tangled or messed with, which is great for little hands. And of course, it allows you, yes, under supervision, of course.
I was gonna say there was another, we did a project the last time we were on Alive. We did the wood burning, what were those? We did the cutting boards.
Yes.
Remember? And so if you have a child who really wants to do something that's wood burned, but they are a little too young, you can use a wood burning, you can use a wood burning pen and then a heat gun, which is another tool that Works has, and you can heat it up and it gives you the same effect.
Yes. Now Andrew's just adding some buttons for our little snow person here. So cute. I love it. You're barely even touching it that much.
Are you jealous that I'm doing this? Because I know we both.
No, I'm like, please, this is amazing. Let Andrew do all the work. I love it.
Well, I was gonna say we both really enjoy it so much that sometimes it's like, well, I kind of want to do the airbrushing today. No, I want to, you know. All right, so here we have it.
So
I mean,
cute.
that took like no time at all. Isn't that just adorable?
Yes. Having the ability to adjust the temperature when we're burning is fantastic.
It is a game changer. Having the ability to change the temperature is a game changer with wood burning. Now we're gonna move on, but Dennis knows I like to take my time with crafts. So if I was doing this off camera, I would, you know, just go over this a little bit more, stuff like that. It's, again, so soothing and relaxing. That's another thing. We always say crafting isn't about the outcome always, it's about the journey and how you enjoy it. And that's something I really enjoy about working with these tools is they make it easy.
Yes.
All right, so I'm gonna take the wood burning tool off. And the way I'm doing that, again, I turned it off just by pressing the button. It still is a little hot here, which is okay. I'm just going to pull it right off like this.
And actually the wood burning tool comes with a little stand, so you can stand it up.
Yes,
of course we lost it, but
well, it's somewhere in
here.
There.
But
let's just be honest, crafters. If you're not crafting in a pile of supplies, are you really crafting?
Yes.
Right.
So now we want our snowman to be standing upright. Sorry, snow person, excuse me. So we're actually going to be using the rotary tool for that. They have a little drill attachment. And what's so great about the rotary tool and some of these other tools is that you can control the speed with the dial. So same deal, we always like to start with the dial down to minimum, start it up, it will turn on right away as soon as you press on. And then here, will you hold this so I can, yes. And then as you turn up the nozzle here, it will go faster and faster. I mean, that's a lot of speed for this tiny little tool.
Can you get my filling?
Ouch. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna create holes in our wood slices here, and then we're gonna actually create, take our wooden skewers here, pop them in so it has more security, sturdiness.
Yeah, like a reinforcement.
Yes, and then we're gonna attach him so that he's freestanding. I think we can switch to the other camera. Yes, thank you, Felicia. So I'm just gonna find the center here and just drill into the base.
Look how easy that is. Did I, oops,
Yeah,
did I turn
was
it
that
off?
you?
Sorry. I
Go ahead,
had
turn around,
fingers.
turn around.
There we go.
Good, and I want all my pieces to line up. So I'm gonna go, or like that, I think,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Just drill through the top.
Yeah.
And this one needs a hole in the top and a hole in the bottom. And then we need one in the base here. Which way was he going? Like,
Yeah, that looks good. You'll need one in the top and the bottom too.
yeah, so like that? Or
I
no,
think like that.
Okay. Hey-o.
And then
let
we
me just make
need
sure
it.
the bottom. Did you turn it off?
Yeah. And then you just want to make sure it's lined up in the bottom. And then we'll need one right in the base.
Where's my snowy? I'm gonna do them towards the front a little.
Okay.
Beautiful. Should we get our little vacuum? Do we have it?
Oh yeah, of course we have it. It's right here.
This is a bonus here. So Works Tools, they also have a little portable vacuum that we love. And guess what? It works with the same battery. It works with the same battery. So you just plug it right in. We already have a battery in there.
This is just one of those tools we always have on hand, you know.
Yeah, it goes right in the back there. It has 2 speeds. Now, again, not the MakerX, but I just love that the batteries are so accessible and you can kind of just switch from one area to the next. So great. Now to connect our little snow person here, we're going to be using skewers. You can use a dowel as well. And actually, we're going to be using the zip snips for this, the rotary cutter, just to cut down our dowels a little.
I love this tool. It's so versatile. You're going to see we're going to use it also to make our scarf and our hat.
Yes, we're going to cut out felt with this as well. So they have a little safety thing here. You want to press the button and then it spins and cuts. I'll show you cutting a little piece of felt first before we kind of attach our little.
Don't use that part. That's the part I need for the hat.
That's the cute part. Okay, sorry. You wanna, or yes, and then it just cuts right through. So easy breezy. Think about all your wrapping, your gifts, your boxes.
Oh my gosh.
We use this thing all the time. But I'm just going to use it to cut down my little dowel here.
I think it's a pretty short one.
Yeah. Can you see?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And Meg, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the zip snips has like a self sharpener so that as you're working with it, it actually sharpens the blade. So the blade stays very sharp. It never really dulls, which is another feature that we really love.
And you just want to put it in. And what's so great is it sticks right in. And actually that could be a little like that because then I want the scarf to create.
Okay, great.
There we go.
A little smaller.
A little smaller. So as you can see, this really just all fits in, and he's just going to cut this down a little.
Well, I don't want to cut.
I was going to say, how cute would these be on a smaller scale for ornaments?
Yes,
really, really
I love
cute.
that.
So Dennis is starting to build our snowman, and we're going to reinforce it with some hot glue, which is really, really going to keep this nice and sturdy. So if you have a cat like us, or a dog, or kids, you don't have to worry about it toppling over.
Yeah, so now we're gonna switch to the glue gun.
There we go.
There it is.
And again, you just pull it right off. You can see how easy it is to switch from tool to tool.
Yeah.
And okay, I have to say my favorite feature about the glue gun is the amount of time it takes to heat up is so fast. If anyone is out there who crafts with glue gun, which I think is basically everybody, you know when you're waiting for the glue gun and you check it like 900 times, this is fast, and it also tells you when it's ready.
Yeah, so you control it with the main hub here, but it does have an on button on the glue gun itself. So you want to press and hold it for about 3 seconds. It will turn orange, or I guess that's red or orange. And then it takes about 20 seconds for it to turn green, and then that means you're ready to go.
Which is, I think, unheard of for a glue gun to be ready in 20 seconds. If you're an impatient crafter, I mean, this glue gun is for you.
Yes.
It's my biggest pet peeve when I'm waiting for that. And then, you know, the inspiration's gone when it's, you know, taken 3 minutes.
So it's already green here. And the best thing is it's really easy to hold. You hold it like a pencil. And of course, you have the little lever here that controls the glue and will come out of the little precision tip, which we love. Because, you know, it's not going to add a lot of like glue gun spider webs that we kind of like hate all the time. Because you can really control how much you're using, and it's a really nice small amount. So I'm just going to add a little glue on my dowel here.
Yeah, and you really don't need a lot.
And then just pop on my wood slice, and we're going to build our snowman.
Okay, and then do you want to, did you do this
yeah,
one?
I don't know, you got to check. Love it. I'm gonna actually put a little glue.
Oh, that's smart.
Now, I have no feelings in my fingertips anymore. I'm sure a lot of your crafters out there have the same experience. There you go.
There we go. But our niece and nephew love this glue gun. They played with it this summer, and they just thought it was the coolest thing.
The camera, so you can, as we're building it up, you can see. There you go.
And then I'm just going to add a little bit of glue. And I asked Dennis to have a little bit of space with this dowel because we are going to put a scarf around it. And I personally like it when it doesn't make the neck look stumpy, if that makes sense. That makes sense, right, Dennis? You don't want the neck to look stumpy.
You're asking the wrong guy.
Oh gosh, that's a sore subject for this one. Stumpy neck.
Wow.
All right.
How rude.
So while the glue just sets, we're actually going to cut out our scarf and our hat. And this is our favorite part, or at least, you know, we love the festive flourishes.
Yes, you want, here, I can take this out.
Hi, everyone.
I can move this out of the frame.
Okay, perfect. And I'm just gonna unplug it, set it aside, and then I'm gonna grab the rotary cutter, which we call the Zip Snip, just because Works came out with a tool that was called the Zip Snip before the MakerX, which is basically the same thing. And we just, I mean, how can we not love it? So here we have it. It's a real, you know what I'm going to say, what I love about the MakerX too, they're really well made. So this is just nice and sturdy. It doesn't feel like, oh, I'm going to drop it and break it or anything like that. It's nice and sturdy.
Yes, a craft rescue moment. I'm going to grab a craft stick because our snowman feels a little wobbly. So I think if we glue a craft stick in the back, it will actually reinforce it even more.
Okay, do you need me for that, or you just have
No,
to say
I just
that?
wanted to cut you off.
I'm gonna cut you off. All right, so we're gonna be creating our scarf, and it's so easy to do. What's really great about the rotary cutter is it can cut fabrics, like you said, it can cut like very thin pieces of wood. Flexible materials is what it works great with. We actually saw a Works Tools commercial. I love when I find things out through commercials, but they cut through the netting of tiling, which I was like, oh, that is great. I want to do some tiling projects, not for our bathroom because we're renters, and I'm like,
we've already put too much money into this corner.
but like doing, you know, maybe a tabletop or something, I think would be really cool. So what I'm gonna do is just cut straight through this.
Oh, here, she put it.
Oh, thank you.
Should I move this?
Yeah. Cut straight through it for, there we go. And it just is so easy to cut. It really takes no time. Actually, that's a little too thick for my liking. So I'm going to, let's see, I'm gonna cut it a little thinner.
Is anybody crafting along with us today, or are you just watching and hanging out?
And now I'm just gonna cut some details with this. I usually do this with a pair of scissors, but I'm living on the edge today. And I'm just gonna take it and I'm just gonna go about a 1/4 inch. Oh yes. Look, I'm just cutting the little fringe for the scarf.
Who can craft? There's too much to see. Aw, thank you, Brenda.
I love hearing
Leslie
that.
said, who can craft? There's too much to see. I know, there's a lot to see.
There we go. So we have our fringe from our scarf.
Cute.
You know, it's all about those little details that I think take a craft to the next level. And all I'm doing is I'm pressing the safety button and then the button, let's see, I'm pressing the safety button here and then the trigger right here. And I'm just guiding the fabric to the blade. It's so simple. This is another one that's really great for kids because it has a safety bar.
Protection.
Yeah,
yes.
so it's really safe and easy to
Aw, thank you, Patty. Said fanning out. I just love watching you guys. Aw,
do. Patty.
just watching and enjoying watching you guys. That's so sweet. Thank you all for being here.
Yeah, we really appreciate you guys being here.
Yes, and we look forward to these classes all the time. So thank you.
We love these live classes. All right, so we have our scarf here.
Yes, and I wanted to show. I think we should pull out the camera a little more. But I added a craft stick to the back just because I felt like it was a little wobbly. Same thing, I used the glue gun and just glued it right to the back there so that our snow person wouldn't be wobbling so much.
Oh, I see. I see what you wanted to do.
Because we can't see. There we go.
That's a really great tip. You know, if something's not working for you, reinforce it on the
Designers
back,
make it work.
So I'm just gonna take the scarf and you know
You
what?
can use the glue gun.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm just gonna glue it. A little dab here. You could easily tie it, but.
And we actually made bottle cap snowmen in the past. They look so cute. We saved our bottle caps from, you know, soda. And we glued the bottle caps together and made little snowmen. They came out so cute.
Let me see. You know, the scarf zhuzhing is real. You got to make sure it looks cute. There you go.
Yes, Meg said you can use the glue gun to secure the scarf. Great minds, great minds, Meg. We were feeling the same thing.
How cute.
I watched all your POC videos. I love them and bought the set thanks to your great demos. Oh my gosh, Nina.
Thanks, Nina.
Thank you.
Well, I hope you love them as much as we do because
yes,
this is so much fun.
We said this on the last class too, was that because the MakerX is always growing, it's like a good gift for like a young maker or a hobbyist in your life because they keep adding to the tools.
Yes.
So you can be that parent. Like we've been getting to the habit of getting a video game for our niece and nephew every Christmas, but I'd rather have them something like this.
Real original.
I know.
Right?
For 1 year, you get them the first original tools.
Yes.
Then the following year, you get the next set of tools. You know, and it's something that you can give always, and it keeps expanding and expanding.
And I mean, how great is it to have something you can give to somebody else, which will get them off of, you know, working on something on like a TV
Yes,
or anything
exactly.
like that. All right, so I'm going to now make the hat. Now there's plenty of ways you can make a hat, but I have a really easy way to make a hat, which I always think looks super cute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a piece of, and Felicia, I'm sorry.
No, it's on the same camera.
Oh, it is. Oh my gosh, Dennis. There we go. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out a rectangle. And let's see, this might be a little big. Actually, I don't mind it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, and this is great. We've done this with the bottle cap snowman. We've done this with smaller versions, and it always comes out great. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fold a lip so it looks like a little lip of the hat, and I'm actually just going to fold it twice just because I want the edge to be really nice. Can you see that? So what I did was I just folded in the felt twice, and I'm going to use the glue gun just to secure it down, just to tack it down. And I know it's ready for me because the light is still green, which is so great. So I don't have any hard clumps coming out, which is another pet peeve of mine when working with other glue guns, not knowing if it's hot or not. And I'm just adding 2 little pieces, or little dots of glue, and I'm actually just going to add just 2 more here, and I'm going to fold it over.
On our glue stick is running out. Same thing. It comes with a handful of glue sticks, but it really works with any glue stick that you can find.
The thin kind that you.
Yes, the thin kind, and it goes. There's a little hole in the back there, and it just you reload it like any other glue gun. But we're not ready yet. But it's getting there.
All right.
I didn't know how much you were going to use.
So, and then I'm going to bring this back up. Hello world. Let's see our snow person. There we go. So now I have the brim of the hat is going to go right here. And what I'm going to do, actually, will you help me just turn this or revolve this thing? Sure. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tack it down with some more glue. There we go. And I, you know, as I'm working, I'm just checking the front. I want to make sure it's not covering the eyes. And then I'm going to show you what the front looks like. And actually, it looks pretty cute, just like that.
It's a hipster snow person.
He's from Brooklyn. You could easily, you could tie a little yarn or string right here, and you could even fringe it so it looks cute like that. But what I'm going to do is, what I like to do is I like to then fold it down and then create almost like, it's almost like a top hat meets
Fedora meets,
you know, like a winter hat. Yeah, a beanie. So then I'll show you how I do it again. So again, I just tacked it to the back and then I just fold it down. I'm going to take the glue gun again, and I know it's ready. It stays ready.
Yeah, when it stays ready, you don't got to get ready.
That's true. And I'm just going to.
Andrew, we've had a few people asking about the different kinds of MakerX kits that you can get from michaels.com. We've put the link in the chat, but just know that there are different kits, so you can almost create them depending upon what kind of crafts that you would like to do. So you could do a core kit, or you could do a kit that includes the airbrush and, you know, some other ones. And then you can always buy the tools a la carte as well as you grow your crafting kit too.
Yes, I love that. I think, Meg, you were saying there's a kit right now that has the airbrush and the rotary tool. I think you said 129, which I think those are really 2 great tools to have, because you have one that is very versatile and great for beginners, and one that just really is so interesting and really, I think it will just expand your idea of crafts to make, meaning the airbrush. Like when we started using the airbrush, we were thinking of crafts we had never thought of in the past. So I think those are such a, like a great kit to have together.
Absolutely. And then the glue gun, you guys, just because a lot of people may not know, the glue gun is one of the latest additions, that and the food safe airbrush and a couple of the others. You can purchase them separately. The glue gun runs about $32. I want to say 32 or 33 at michaels.com. But again, we've put the link in the chat so you guys can go and just take a look around and see which MakerX tools will be the best. And I mean, we do offer that big, what we call the Mac Daddy kit too, which has pretty much everything in it except for the new glue gun, but you can get that a la carte.
The Mac Daddy kit. I love the name of that. Okay, we're almost done with it. I'm gonna add these little teeny flourishes we got from Michaels a few years ago. They're just wooden pieces of, they look like holly, and I'm taking the glue gun. And I want to say, Meg, while you were talking there, this was like, oh, I turned off the glue gun. I turned it back on. It's already hot. I mean, it's so quick and easy. I'm just adding a little bit of glue. See how precise that is? That's so nice to have.
Yeah, it's all about these festive flourishes that take all your projects to the next level. We like to kind of keep adding. And actually, while Andrew's doing that, we're gonna paint our wood slice snow person with a little bit of watercolor. I just want to have him have an orange carrot nose. So I'm just using some watercolors here. Again, purchase at Michaels. We've actually had this for
forever.
7 years. And we use it all the time and we still have it. We're very thrifty. We're thrifty crafters.
We are.
Or maybe I'll do this lighter orange. Yeah, I think that's better.
Very cute. You know, while Dennis does that, I can't stop. When I craft, I can't stop. I'm just going to cut a little piece of red felt just to add. Oh, he needs my help. He needs my help.
Now, I love watercolor on wood. I think it looks so pretty.
It really does. Oh, that's nice. And it really complements the airbrush as well. Last year, we made these really beautiful wood tags.
Yes. Did we have those or?
Do we have them now? I think we gave them away with our gifts.
Oh, okay.
I'm just going to cut a little strip of red. I want to add it to my scarf. If there are any other questions you have about the MakerX, about Christmas, about the holidays, about gift giving, now would be a really great time to ask. Let me see.
Oh my gosh, so cute.
That looks really cute. So
you have a little glue chunk right there, but we'll get that later.
I did that. Oh, I pressed it against there. Oops. I see what you're talking about. Always a critic. So I'm just going to glue this right here. Just so he has like a little scarf detail. Oh, my fingers were covering it. I mean.
So cute. It looks like a little crafty lumberjack.
Oh, that's so cute. All right. Wow. I mean, we made this in about 45 minutes if we weren't talking.
Yes, and if I didn't clean up or spill, it would have been much quicker.
Felicia, will you bring the camera up to us one last time? I mean, this is such a cute little decoration to have like around your front door, in your entryway, to give as a host gift, to make on a smaller scale. I think would be really, really cute for ornaments and things like that, don't you?
Yes, and I think this video, if you missed something or you want to revisit something, it will be on michaels.com. It will also be on YouTube on Monday, like Felicia said. All of these tools and materials are at michaels.com. And as always, if you're making something, either this or any other project, you can use the hashtag #MakeItWithMichaels. Make sure you follow us, Crafty Lumberjacks, across social media. And of course, follow Michaels, follow Works Tools. They post a lot of our projects there. And we hope you have an incredible holiday season.
Yes, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. It was so fun.
Yes, TGIF.
Bye, everyone.
Have a great weekend.